name is Leelasha, and from my part of reflection, what we have actually learned as a group first is that thinking skills are actually something very important, and it's divided into like two categories. One is like critical, and one is creative. So we need critical thinking to like analyze problem, to give solutions. So we need critical thinking in that types of term. So through the games and activity, this is what I've learned in terms of critical. And then we have creative thinking. Creative thinking is very essential for us so that we can think out of the box. So something happens, at least you can think out of the box and give solution. So this through the games actually learned this. So from our game, like from our group's game, what we have learned is like mapping. We did mapping. So there were like two things actually. One was like critical thinking, another one was creative thinking. Critical thinking in terms of like you have to listen and nicely hear what they have done, and then you have to like, analyze the directions according to instruction. Creative because every group had their own map, like different types of map. So our strength here, we can say that like our group, we made sure like no one touched headphones, like really no one touched headphones. So what you should use is like only your listening and your thinking skills. And then through this game, I've also learned that thinking skills is very important because in our life, if we have to think before we do something. If we don't think and we just do things like that, it can like affect us in a lot of things. So this is what I've learned from my part. And
So good evening. My name is Tinashnik. My ID number is 012-021-020-007. And based on the content of the reflection, I'll be talking about the description of my experience. Basically, at the end of each game and each lesson, every classes that we attend, it actually fulfilled our learning outcome and course outcome. And also, each group managed to bring up new activities every single day because every group had different activities, and as much as it was fun, it was also challenging, and we had to use our critical and creative thinking skills. And my analysis of of being a game organizer is that um, I had good members to work with, and they made the whole process an easy journey for me because the only problem that I had was we all worked very last minute due to other assignments and so on and so forth. But we managed to. Sorry, she wants to enter. Okay, so we prepared the materials and instructions at the very last minute. But overall, even though it was last minute, we managed to finalize and present very well in the class. And I think each one of us were nervous, but we did very well. And personal attributes for strength and weaknesses would be, I think we could have handled the class better in terms of their focus and whatnot. But overall, I felt that we managed to engage them as none of them used their phones, and as much as they were lost in getting the instructions right, they actually sat down and thought very well in completing the game. And in every game that I've participated, I had my personal favorite, which was the previous class activity, Snake and Ladder, because I felt that it was very creative and critical at the same time as they give us general knowledge questions and riddles and whatnot. So finally, my reflection, the changes to self to be better in order to be a good critical and creative thinker is that we have to engage ourselves in attending more games, and we have to just read more things, and that's all from me. So passing on to the next member.
Right. My name is Raghavendra Nakiramaya. Sorry for the noise, by the way. So I would like to talk about the assessment for each group and also our group as well. So for the thinking skills, we get to know that thinking skills involves our mind and also involves that is something to do with in our brain to think and also to play with. So thinking skill is actually a very good skill that should be that should be it should be a good thing for everyone. So first and foremost, this description of my experience of others participants games and also our group games, that we get to know that few of the groups they planned very well, and they what we call they lead the game very well in a very good manner. Same goes to our group as well. So we play the game what we call a map, which we will give the instruction and they will like follow the map. They will just have to put the what we call the location in each place and inside the margin paper. So from there, I get to learn that we managed to play the game very interestingly, and people also tend to become very interested in our games. And second, analysis of our experience as a game organizer. It was a very great experience. We felt that they enjoyed our game. It was really fun. At the same time, they learned what kind of thinking skills involved in the game we played the day. So I can say that everyone learned something from that. So third, analysis of your experience as a game participant. Uh, the day I played one game that is what we call it's like a set station by station. It was fun, but at the same time it was like kind of boring. So maybe they think that they wanted to they want to attract more attentions, but they could not do that because of due to some reasons. But it felt kind of boring. But as a game participant, I felt that everyone what do you call that? Everyone take the chance to prove that they can do a good thinking skills game. It's like a very good thing. So strength and a weakness from our game, that we get to know that strength is we managed to make the game very fun and interesting at the same time, and also attract everyone's attention. It's a very important thing. And also we make them to not to use their phone during our games. So weakness will be maybe, as Tina said just now, it is maybe like a last minute plan. Although it's a last minute plan, we managed to execute in a very good manner. And changes to self to be better. The last one is changes to self to be better or critical or creative thinker is be observant and also practice problem solving skills. It will be very useful in your future and also when you become a teacher later. So that's all from me. Thank you. So moving to the next person.
Hi, my name is Shiri Binti Zainuddin. So now I want to do about the reflection that I've been throughout this PEC class. Okay, so firstly, I want to describe my experience. Basically, the game setting is different than the others game, and then um, we need to think furthermore. I mean, outside of the box. Okay, the second one, experience as a game organizer. Actually, this is my first time. Um, my first time I do a game, so um, we have like great participants, and the participants they feel very fun. Although as Raghav said, it is last minute preparation, and then um, my my personal favorite game is the 999 card game because we have to think even more um to to plus the number, and then at the same time it very hard also, and then um the strengths and weakness to our game is um we the strength is the map game we don't use the phone, and then the weakness is a last minute plan. So we have if we don't do the game last minute, so we will even have a better quality of game. Okay, so the changes to be a better critical thinker is practice problem solving, such as the quizzes, the riddles, so we in the future we can solve even faster. Okay.
Hi, good evening. My name is Tasha Divina. My student ID is 012022091099. And I am going to be talking about my individual reflection for the PEC 100 thinking skills. So first thing is description of my experience. So of course, thinking skills, it comprises of many different kinds of thinking skills that well, it's complex actually, and of course critical thinking skills is also one of it. And throughout my experience throughout the subject, I had learned that our mind actually works in a very different way, it works in a very complex way. We use many different thinking skills at once for many different things as well, even including in the games as well, hosted by each of the groups for the PEC 100 assignment thing. So, analysis of my experience as a game organizer. So, as a game organizer, I have felt okay. I managed to incorporate different skills into my game, including a skill that is actually part of also language learning as well, which is dictation. Now, dictation simply means that one has to listen to the instructions clearly and of course pay attention to it and then follow the instructions accordingly. So that is one of the unique skills that was incorporated in the game. And I personally felt that that was one of the stronger points of our game. And as a game organizer, I felt that I had created a good game as well. Now, during the activity, I was the voice for the dictation, and I gave the instructions to all of the members, all of the groups, and I had observed that they had to listen to my instructions clearly, and I also had to pay attention not only to my voice as in how loud it has to be. I had also had to pay attention to how clear my instructions are in order for everyone to be able to conduct the activity properly. So as a game organizer, I had to also challenge myself in a way and learn how to deliver the right instructions and in the proper way. So analysis of my experience as a game participant on the other hand, well, I like to talk about my favorite games actually. One of it is the card game, which is actually 3 9s, I think that's what it's called. And the few other station games as well, including like word search and a few puzzles as well. I had learned that our mind actually uses different thinking skills with these kind of games. Um, of course, including like time management. Like for example, word search, we had to learn what you call to find as many words as possible within that 1 minute. So of course, that one time management was one of them. The skills during that game, and of course, the puzzles. One of it was where there was a board of emojis, if I can recall, and we had to like try to recall that board, and then on a new board which is plain and empty, we had to place the emojis as how it was placed in the other board that we saw. So like that was also like one of the skills, which is memory. And as a game participant, I had felt that these kind of games used many different skills in my brain. And having said that, though, the games that were conducted, they are not exactly original, but they are just more like integrated as one game. So like, the station games, for example, they were just integrated as one game, which is still okay, but a little bit of extra originality could have been better. Now, personal attributes. One strength and one weakness, of course, I'd like to talk about. for our game. So, in my personal opinion, the strength that I feel hold strong in our game is that we were the only ones who hosted the game without the usage of phone, meaning to say the participants did not use their phone at all during the mind mapping, and they only used only one thing, their brain and attention. That's it. And of course, they had to listen as well because, as I had mentioned, dictation involves not only thinking skills, it also involves listening skills. On the other hand, the weakness that I can think about for our game is how we had planned it last minute. Now, even though we had hosted a good game, but had we had not planned it last minute and we would have used a bit more time to plan it, then we probably would have made it even better for everyone to participate in. Now, for myself to be a better critical thinker, I would personally feel that I'll have to basically practice more puzzles really. For example, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, and even word search, like time limit kind of word search, because again, time management is also another thinking skill. So these kind of puzzles, even the mastermind as well, which is one of the board games, you can actually look it up. Um, I'll have to practice that even more as well. So that is all from me. Thank you. I will move on to the next presenter.
Good evening. My name is Kanisha and my student ID is 012-022-09179. So actually, I joined my PEC class late since I was in the process of transferring my program from foundation in science and to foundation in vessel. So I was kind of nervous and scared because I don't know anything about my PEC classes. So then only I found my group members and they were very friendly and very comfortable with me. So my experience as a game organizer is like we did an activity which is called mapping. So everyone was like so into the game and they feel very interesting and they are not use phone at all. So then and everyone cooperated very well too. Then my experience as a participant, some of the games is not very interesting and kind of boring. I would say that many of them not related to thinking skills at all. And my favorite game is Snake and Ladder, and it was very interesting and we had to do dance and it was very interesting. And so I could say that this PEC class is like so effective and beneficial to boost our thinking skills. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, my
Yeah.
name is Afiana Anissa Butimade. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. My ID number is 012-0210-20669. Okay, so to be honest, I have been able to gain a lot of valuable experience and lessons during my PEC 100 class, as long as I present myself to be advocate a lot of the example weekly activities.
Lagging.
So, hello.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Lagging a bit.
Okay. Next, in my personal point of view, I think me and my group members have no problem at all as long as we discuss until we are finished our weekly activities. So there is no weakness between all of us and everyone has given excellent cooperation. And I admit that this task is very challenging, but we managed to conduct a very creative and critical teaching activities. And also we can play as well uh, as a group very well. Um, and then finally, I would like to thank to our dear lecturer Omahani for her sincerity in teaching and all her students every week. So all this experience I will definitely use in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, then I think it's still got time.
Just house.